Hmm. All right. Listen, listen. Right now it is 5:29. It is Memorial Day. It is 12:49. One of the beauties of having an office in the city and in Short Hills, I can come and I can update some charts because, as you know, I left for the holiday early. I left on Thursday, and I was at the beach Friday, Saturday, and then I was in Philly Sunday, Monday for the Final Four, and then at 1:15, I'm taking the boys for a little lunch, and we're gonna watch. Happy Memorial Day, guys. I figured a little surprise. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I got to update the charts. The charts are going to be a little weird just because I wasn't here on Friday. So I have like the lines from Thursday. So I figure let it be a little tutorial about, hold on, how come this isn't, let's see. Oh, there we go. Like a little tutorial, like when I come in the morning and I kind of make my lines and get it all done. First of all, I want to thank all the veterans out there. Okay, we owe you a lot. I say a lot of the time, freedom isn't free because you guys friggin' busted your ass to protect us, to bring the fight. Wherever the fight is, so the fight's not here. Um, I posted a little picture earlier about my dad. My dad was in Vietnam, and he made it home. I said to him, I sent him a text. I'm like, Dad, thanks for making it home. If you didn't make it home, there's no me. There's no my brother. There's no Chase. There's no my three nieces and nephews. So, not everybody makes it home. I know Memorial Day is about fun. It's about barbecues. It's about hanging out. It's about fitness. I posted a video of me and Cadence. We had a nice run this morning. It's a little bit of everything, but every now and then you got to like take a deep breath and feel feel the souls that are up in that are literally up in the universe that were taken early because they went out to fight the wars that we didn't have to. Anyway, cheers to that. Guess what I found in my fridge? I found a little hazy IPA. So it's Memorial Day. By the way, I have a barbecue today, like 3 o'clock. So it's not that I know it's a day off, but figured why not make my day a little easier tomorrow. Come and chill out with some of my dogs around the world. Um, Update some charts, and then meet my son, take him out with his friends, his lacrosse buddies, and we'll watch Notre Dame versus Duke. I am rooting for Notre Dame. Fighting Irish, yeah, yeah. Anyways, anybody watching? Is this live? Because sometimes Twitter is all backed up and whatnot. So let's see. Is there anyone there? It's 12:52. This is kind of like a 6:30 club, but Alexa, next song. That's too slow. Um, but I'm just gonna go through it. So this way, tomorrow makes my day a little bit easier. Anyone out there? All right, we got Ben. What up, Ben? How you doing? Schenker's live. There you go. I love the American flag. All right, so let's go through some charts. We're on Twitter? Okay, cool. Listen, I don't care if there's 5 people watching. I was going to do this anyway, so why not do it live with some of my dogs around the world? Maybe you'll learn something for tuning in. At this point, here's the spies, right? So basically, look at this day the spiders had on Friday. Wow. Listen, sometimes you make more money when you're not at your desk. I know as a trader, you have a position on and a pretty decent sized one. And hold on. And sometimes when you're just sitting there and it's working, you just sell some to take it off because it feels good when your P&L is going up. But then all of a sudden, instead of letting things get to a target, you're selling them just because you want to make money. So by me not being at my desk on Friday because I was at the beach, I did a little video. We were playing shuffleboard and I beat Chase. That was a big shot. I don't know if you guys saw it. I had a really good day Friday. Granted, the market had a good day, but I was also in a lot of things that helped. I was in. Let me see if it shows. Let me see if I get the VTF up here. Hold on a second. I know I was in Tesla. I told you guys about Tesla. I was in AI. I was in Apple. Actually, been had a little guy on also. A bunch of things. I think people had a really good day. I know I had a really good day on Friday. And it was even better that I was hanging out with my family at the beach. No one went in the water, but Red Dog went in the water because, you know me in the ice barrel, right? Let's see. So let's go here. See if I can log into the virtual trading floor while we're doing this. I don't even know if it's updated. Let's see. Virtual trading floor. There it is. Access now. Boom, boom. Yeah, there we go. So what does it show that I have on? First of all, the NVIDIA call spread was awesome. 322.50s by 332.50s. Yes, could I have made more money if I didn't do a call spread? It happens. I was just happy to pay $1.50-ish or $2 to make 8. That's 4 times. So a lot of the guys in the Alpha team and everybody, we did really well there. So congratulations to that. Apple woke up on what's it called, which we'll get into. I have a reason for that trade. Woke up on Friday. I bought the 175 calls before leaving. I bought those actually on Thursday. Those are up really nice. The Tesla calls, you know, I bought the 180s a week and a half ago. Okay, that was really good. I bought the 192.5s before going away on Friday because I wanted more exposure just in case. You know, these snap calls kind of suck. I bought this on Thursday just in case Uncle Carl came out with something. This I had from Wednesday from like $1.05. I sold some $1.60. Google's been awesome. AI has been awesome. So this is what I had on. So the virtual trading floor watched me do some trades from the beach. Sometimes you can make more money from the beach. I try and show sometimes you don't always have to be in front of your computer all day long or trade for a living to be able to manage some swing trades with a process and a plan. You know, if you take a lot of time, you can't just do it, you know, out of whatever, you know, by guessing. But there are ways to do it. So this is everybody talking while I was gone. Anyway, so let's get this off of here. Uh-oh, where'd my chart go? Let's see. There it is. All right. So anyway, so this is the SPYs. Pretty kind of cute that they had to, like, you know, this was a great trade if you remember. This was when it went above 412. A lot of us had calls on. Got the 420, and then they had to bring it all the way down to here to pop it right back up. You know, I actually had some calls on. I bought some 417s for next week. That worked out. I still have a few on. So now we'll see if we get above 420.70. So if we get above and stay above 420.70, there's really not much all the way up to 431. 431 is the August high. 431 is the high from last summer when nobody thought we were able to rally. And look at this rally above the 8-day moving average and the 21. So anyway, we'll see if that's the case. The Qs have been in fuego. The Qs have led the way. Wow. I got to look at this. By the way, did the Qs ever fill this gap? Right? This must have been Thursday. This was Friday. No. And that was on the video. And power. This is the August high. Holy cow. That's where we are in tech. That's pretty nice. Nice. Anyway, what a move. So let me just put the high in. Usually what I do is I like to put the high in, 349.25. That's a new high. I like this song. Ready? 349.25. What a nice move. Remember when it cleared the descending trend line right there? That was when the active bulls took the ball and went with it. And then we had a nice move ever since. There's been some, you know, by the way, this 341 was Thursday's high. So usually what I would do is I'd put a little line here wide. In order to go up to 349, what did it have to do? It had to get above 341. And in order to get to 341, it had to get above 380, 338.67. So these pivots matter. Everything matters. You matter. I matter. Cadence matters. Everyone matters. It doesn't mean someone else doesn't matter because you say something else matters. Anyway, cheers. This is like a little mini happy hour from Memorial Day. ARK woke up a little bit. Not really. Wow. Still having trouble. Yeah, no, not really much going on here for ARK. But I guess, you know, doing better than it has, you know, for a little while. So anyway, we'll get away from ARK. Still hasn't been able to get above the 200 day this entire time. There aren't a lot of, you know, special sectors. The XLF isn't special. I'm staying away from the regionals. The energy sector hasn't been the same. Like look how this is nothing. You know, the XLE is doing a whole lot of nothing. That's why there's a lot of people having you know, they're a little upset about the market because if you're not in the specific names that are working, the haves and have-nots, you're not having success. But guess what? As a trader, you could be in the ones that are working, right? And as an investor, all you have to do is put S&P monthly flows in and do just fine. So, complaining is going to get you nowhere. Living life with a glass half empty is going to get you nowhere. Nowhere. Okay, it's better to be optimistic with a touch of realism and glass half full. Anyway, so this hasn't been anything so great. So really, it's been about the SPYs, SP cash, and the Qs. Listen, 2 years ago it wasn't. When Meta was leaving the market low, or AMD was leaving the market lower, or Google was out of play, there was a time when they were out of play below the 821 day, and no touch, and everyone was loving Chevron and Exxon, and you have to watch the flows and hopefully have a process to identify that, which is what I do. Like some people like look at Meta. I'm like, okay, Meta's been awesome. It has been. Look at that. Look at that trend. This has been an awesome trend. To highs, look at that move. Boom. I should have been in it. I wasn't. It's fine. You don't have to. Can't kiss all the babies, right? You don't have to be in everything to net money, make a living. But look at the difference here on the weekly chart. Like this is a good lesson on the 8 and 21 day on the weekly chart. This is the daily chart. You can see so many things. By the way, this was the gap up. Post earnings, it didn't hold, and then finally it did, and boom. And look how long it's been above the 8 day, since 238 all the way to. It's nice. Yes. Anyway, this gap also. So anyway, you go to the weekly chart. Look at what you could have seen here. Okay, this is when the bear market started in FANG, right? In Meta and high beta tech, right here, literally like around September of 2021. And then what happened? It wasn't sure. We weren't sure we were in a bear market. And then you had an inside triangle, then it broke everything here. Pretty much confirmation in January of 2022. And then it was below the 8 day this whole time. Look when it took back. So basically, if you are a swing trader or measuring risk, Meta said, get the frick out of the way this entire time. Starting here, and it's hard to catch a top, but right here was a confirmation of that. And then when did it become awesome again? Right here. You didn't have to catch the 88 low. You didn't have to catch it when it closed above this 99 area, when it cleared this spot at 124. Well, that would have been a nice spot. Actually, that was the spot. It's been above the 8 day since. With lots of bull flag patterns, with lots of candlestick analysis. Awesome. Here was the bearish trigger, and here was the bullish trigger. Learn your triggers. You all have trigger points, right? What gets you pissed? I'm not going to tell you what gets me mad. But anyway, but it's better not to get mad. Take a nice deep breath. Anyway, that's using the weekly chart. Daily chart, weekly chart. So people last week are like, why are you focusing so much on Tesla? Last week, for the first time in months, I'm like, it looks kind of cute here. Looks like we can make good money. And I did make good money. I love when Tesla's in play. Bottom line is right here, was when it won the little battle, the little bearish, bullish active sequence battle, right around 169.76, right here. Right? First of all, this was a really nice active sequence in January that ended here. So bottom line is, it couldn't get above the 200-day again, but didn't have to make us some money. Remember, I'm like, guys, on the active chart, it looks like it could pause into the downtrend line, but then I think we could buy it on the dip, and if you sold it with this red dog reversal 189.32, you could have bought it and had less pain. It's all about the pain too. If you could size things right and hold against you, it's fine and keeps you engaged. So anyway, this was a sell. Here was a nice little, support bottom tail. Bought some more options, and then it hit a high of 198.60. So 198.60 is your pivot resistance for next week. And the reason why I was like, hey, just like with Google, just like with Amazon, when I looked at the weekly charts, I'm like, there's room. Oh, is Elon? Elon's right here. I got so mad at Elon one day, I kind of ripped the screw off the wall, and since I'm not that handy, I haven't put him back yet. Anyway, maybe Joe will do it. Joe's a little handier than me. But now you go to the weekly chart. It just kind of poked its head above this little spot here, a little bit. So this was one spot. So if it just wants to get back to where it was in February, where the tech is well, like this is still lagging, by the way. 214, 217 probably could happen, right? Bottom line is it was 414. This was your out. This was another out on September 19th, same time I guess Meta confirmed it, so did Tesla. Here is where you had a nice move in January. It's been consolidating. So I would think if the market hangs in there, we could see 214 to 217 in Tesla, and I'm going to try and play it lots of different ways. Daily charts and weekly charts, you line them up. Sometimes people do you use daily candles, weekly candles, 3-minute candles, 5-minute candles. I use all the candles. They just help me with my decision-making process. Anyway, remember when Google was down here, and ignited, and I'm like, now I'm long Google, and then I pointed to this bull flag. This was awesome. Okay, I'm like, if we get above 109, I'm going to add to it. I had options and all this stuff. This bull flag is the same bull flag that I post on Saturdays when I'm like, know your chart patterns, know your candlesticks. And then meanwhile, my first spot was 119 to 122. It got through it, and now it seems like that could be more. But here, too, it broke, it broke, it broke. This is when it woke up and then showed some commitment to it. So Google's been awesome. Hopefully some of you guys have made good money with Google. Amazon also, I've been talking about it's going to see 120, 121. And Amazon, is there. Right? There it is, 120. When I talked about it getting above 109, 114 to hit 120, 121. By the way, it's nowhere near where it was, with the double top and one here or there. So it's still, these things, market timers have had success because you're trained. You've been putting the work in, the time in. You're allowed to have success if you put the work in. Anyway, what did hit a high of 120, 150? Interesting. I missed this one. I wasn't there. I got stopped out of Amazon the day before. On Thursday, it didn't look so great. But it's fine. Again, you don't have to be in everything. Why did I get stopped out? Some of you guys are inquiring minds want to know. This candle, which really, I was a little tight, right? You had a bull flag here, never really violated it. But I was like, you know what, I'm not going to be here on Friday. It went below the prior low, but it was still above the 8-day. I was a little tight. Sometimes when you're tight, it costs you. Well, it costed me. 121.50. IWM, I'll get to that in a second. It probably looks decent, but probably not great. If ARC doesn't look great, I'm sure, that doesn't look so hotsy-totsy. But again, this has been good. This is when I focused. I really focused on Amazon. This was a great trade for a lot of people in the 630 Club, the Alpha Team, you name it. Now, this room, go like to this chart, and you saw obviously on this just poked its head above this spot. It's one day above a bull flag. If you long it, I hear you. AI might be in play. You don't got to tell me. I've been in AI for a week and a half, and AI has been absolutely fantastic. AI, I rebought. Okay, first of all, we made a lot of money on AI right here. And then I remember being in Dominican Republic, I did trim and trail. I was down to about a third, and then I got stopped out right here when it didn't hold 30.90 in this. Didn't even want to look at it. And then all of a sudden, on earnings, when they beat and they raised and the CEO refuted everything that Hindenburg said, I got back involved right around here. And I am still in it. I'm in options, and this is 34.68. Put the 30s. Looks good. Got above this spot here. What was the high? Above the 8-day since $21. Do you short a stock above the 8-day? No. You hopefully ride it, and it's been above it, and it's been in that 33.50. Let's put that in there. Points of reference matter. In order to see 34.68, what does it have to do? It's got to get above and stay above 33.50. Then every now and then, yeah, hells yeah. What's up, Darian? I'm sure if you're in the Alpha Team, you made a lot of money with AI. And if you catch a stock really early and you really ride it and you massage it and use your tier system, nothing's better. I'll tell you. Man. Weekly chart. Look at this weekly chart. If all of a sudden it gets here and holds, why can't this get back to here? It's $90. Look, this was 133 before it broke. This was 176. It's only at 33-ish. So don't think you missed everything. You haven't. If we stay in here, chances are This could continue. Just saying. No six. There'll be a 6:30 club tomorrow. I'm just trying to make my life a little easier. I had a little bit of time, and since we have a New York City office and other offices, I have my Short Hills office. I woke up this morning, went to my sauna, I stretched out, went in the cold plunge. Then I met 10 of my guys. We went for a trail run, and then I had Cadence with me. Cadence is a lot out of shape. She's a 9-year-old golden doodle now. So if you look at the little video I posted, she was tired in the back, but she did well. I'm a little out of shape too, but anyway, ran 6 miles, did another cold plunge, did some errands, and then my wife has things going on. Chase is practicing lacrosse, so I'm picking them up at 1:30 to bring them to lunch so we could watch the championship game. So I'm like, let me stop in here, do some charts, and I was going to do some charts on my own. I'm like, hey, there's one beer in the fridge, and I got my dogs around the world. Maybe you want to tune in, maybe you don't. It's fine. I get it. It's a holiday. And cheers again to everyone that's made it home, and bigger cheers to all of those who sacrifice for the reason why we have Memorial Day. Anyway, so this is the weekly chart. Apple's weekly chart looks pretty good too. Look at that. Nice, holding the 8-day bull flag. Chances are this could see 183 plus. I bought the options back on Apple in midweek and the stock, and the daily chart looks like it just kind of woke up again. This I have to update. It broke here, came in, and now it seems like it's on its way back to that 176.29. Might need a little pause, but all in all, it was a really nice trade. Still held the earnings gap. This is 170.42. It still held. This was the gap up from May 5th, and it's gone sideways, digesting. Sometimes mega caps take some time to digest. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that goes. But all in all, this weekly chart, it looks fantastic. Like, you can't get too bearish if Apple's on its way to 179 to 183. What does it have to do first? It's got to get above this. What's this? 176.39. So let's put that in there. Wow, that looks really good. Cheers to Apple. By the way, we all live on our Apple phones. I don't need, like 5 years ago, it was like, oh, Samsung's making ground. This is making ground. That's making ground. No. People need the reliable Apple iPhone where you have your whole life. You have your credit card. You have your emails. You have your social media. You name it, you have it there. And actually, there's some decent shows there also. So, what a dividend, buyback. It's right there. It's actually Chase owns this in his Robinhood account. Remember when he bought that during the pandemic when I opened it up? It's one of the few names that worked. Why? Because it was a blue chip stock. Anyway, that looks good. It's nice. Anyway, let's go next. What did somebody just ask me to do? IWM? Yeah, so noisy. It's noisy. Still nowhere. Imagine some of these sectors play catch up. The Bears will friggin' not know what to do. They'll be jumping off cliffs. Still nowhere. Right? Still in this kind of wedge after this. Shop was a pain in the butt. I lost money in Shop, but it's still fine also. It's still hanging here. It kind of looks a little bit like a Facebook where didn't really want to hold this area, but it's still above the gap from there. You take this out of the way. If you're really active, this is your new point of reference. You want to draw this, right? Whatever this low is, 57.01. It's taking its time, but it's not on the highway. It's not on the highway to hell. This was a tease right here. I thought we were going to do so great on this candle, and then that happened. That happens. It's like when you get an 11 versus 6 in blackjack. You know what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to double down because you can get a face card, you can bust. All of a sudden, you get like a 5. You're like, oh my God, I got a 5. And then a dealer turns over, he's got a 10. You're like, you could bust, and then gets a 4 and takes all your money. Anyway, that's what kind of happened right there. You had a move that looked good, and then it broke below here. Had to get stopped out of the shares, and it's still fine, but it's just not as. It wasn't awesome. It needs another week. We'll see what this week brings. Netflix has been really good. Look at that. Look at that move. Remember when I tweeted, I'm like, this is the day to buy a dip in Netflix? That was on, I think, this day. If you did so, you got paid handsomely. I'm not in it, but I am the Chief Strategic Officer. doesn't mean I have to be in everything. It means I have to be the strategy officer for all of you. So if you want to get in, you can. And every now and then, I'll be in a bunch of things too, especially depending on whether I have to be out of town or I have to be on Fox Business. I'll be on Fox Business Tuesday. I have to be at a seminar. So, I come up with 40 different charts every single day, posting on Redler All Access and on the Alpha team. I put a few in the Twitterverse. Sometimes I don't do it, and people do it, and they're like, "Red Dog, I made so much money, you must have killed it." I'm like, "Wow, I didn't do that one." Anyway, if you did this one, it's been awesome. Congratulations. FSLR. I don't trade that one well. Yeah, look at that. It's kind of holding this earnings gap. I had to move. I hate when this happens, when it pushes above and fails. As an active trader, that kind of is a pain in the ass. Did I say that? Yeah, it's a pain in the arse. So anyway, it looks okay. If you want to be long versus 196.48. That's that's the gap now. We'll see. Hold on one second. I gotta check out, see what Chase is up to, where we're at. Yeah. Oh, that's a good song. mRNA. I haven't traded that since the pandemic, but I'll look at it for you. Ah, that's gross. Look at that wide range bar. They negated fast. Ooh, that's such a fake out. I hate that. I hate trappy trades. People sometimes like, what's special, Red Dog? What's an active sequence? I'm like, an active sequence that makes it easy to hold. An active sequence, you could buy dips, trade through areas, and work. Like AI has been special. Like, this has been very special. Since this day, okay, May 15th, it's now May 29th, this is an active sequence where you could buy dips, trade through spots. Like if you bought it through this spot, my goodness. If you bought a dip into the 8-day, awesome. Did the same thing here. But when you buy something and you think it's great, you think, oh my goodness, look at this, it just woke up. And then it doesn't hold a third, it comes all the way back in. It's a pain in the arse. It means avoid, it means get out of the way. My humble opinion. Life in the fast lane. Listen, you don't have to be in the fast lane. You can have a cabin on the top of the mountain with internet service and trade, or you could be in Short Hills, New Jersey in the rat race, coaching, lacrosse in second grade, going to the city, doing your thing. No, I'm kidding. I like it. I like it. Keeps my ADD in check. Anyway, TTD, I haven't looked at that in a while. That looks choppy, but at least it's trending. Choppy and trending is better than choppy and trappy. But it's still, look at that. All these red and green ones. It's got room if you want. See if the market wants to continue. Now there's room here to 76-ish. I haven't traded this in a while either. All right, listen, it's 117. I got to get a high top. I've already missed 15 minutes of the D1 lacrosse championship. Me and my boys, we're going to take them out. We're going to have some spinach dip, a little Red Dog sandwich at the standard. They'll have some wings and french fries. And then later we go to my friend's house for a barbecue, play a little bocce. Cadence will run around a little bit. She'll get a second wind after running 6 miles this morning. And then have a few beers, a few beverages, and get to sleep at a decent time. If we start at 4, we have to sleep at 9, 10 o'clock, and then we'll be ready to roll to start the week and figure out, can the SPYs get above and stay above 420? Right here, 420.70. Now we shall see. Gets above that, you have 431. There is some talk that the algos think that this week is your weekly top week. We'll see. Listen, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking some time. I appreciate all you. My friends around the world, and adding value to each other is what matters. Teamwork matters. Family matters. Glass half full is the way to live, in my humble opinion. I'm not here to preach. I'm just trying to let you know what's been working for me. I'm a real guy. I went to SUNY Albany. I have 1 kid, and I don't have 3. I understand if you have 3 kids, it's not as easy, or 2 or 4. So I have a little extra time to coach and do all these things. But if you do good things around you, good things happen. If you wish bad on the world, something bad is going to happen to you, because karma is up, BITCH. Don't be that guy. You know who I'm talking to. Anyway, cheers. Later, guys.